TribLIVE Radio presents Gladiators of the Cage, online at GOTCMMA.com and on Twitter at GladiatorMMA412. It's time to get all the inside info on the Pittsburgh MMA scene right now, right here, only on TribLIVE Radio.
Fighting out of the TribLIVE Radio corner, it is Gladiators of the Cage. Myself, Justin LeVar, alongside with Robert and Scott, coming off a very successful Gladiators of the Cage 18 show this past Saturday in Cheswick, Pennsylvania at the Syria Shriner Center. You can still check out the video if you want to catch any of the fights. You can also go to their Facebook. They got some photos and a recap and description.
Over
Guys,
300 photos on Facebook.
Over 300 photos?
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna break down the show and talk about all the different things that went on throughout the half hour. I will first off just say congratulations. I'm happy that you guys did well. I'm sorry I could not be there. But real quick, while we're here on our opening YouTube video on TribLIVE Radio, please subscribe. We'll talk about something from the UFC. This just came out about 2 hours ago from when we're filming right now, Tuesday afternoon. Anthony Rumble's his middle name, his nickname usually, right?
Yeah,
Anthony Rumble Johnson, who's had a history of domestic allegations and problems, posted something on Facebook, which he then took down and issued an apology, but still, it reads.
Read that. That's awful.
It reads as this. This is from Anthony Johnson's Facebook. Quote, to the ugly girl in the gym built like a bag of dry dog food, this is for you. If you get in my way or any other athlete's way again, I'll throw your yoga mat across the gym again. Who in their right mind stretches where people are supposed to lift? Don't ever run your mouth at me again. You won't win that battle. I will. Talking about it was rude that I lifted next to you while you were stretching. You need more than stretching to help that beat-up body. Run to the front desk again,
awful.
Crying, talking about feeling threatened and going to social media. I really don't care. I've been through worse. That's an athlete's gym, not a yoga studio. That fake crying does nothing for anybody, by the way. Just like the guy said, you live in his neighborhood and you exaggerate and overreact all the time. So one more time, don't run your mouth and don't do yoga stretching where people lift weights, or I'll snatch the mat from under you again. He keeps emphasizing again, and throw it again. Understand? Good girl. One more thing. Stop wearing sports bras when your tummy look like a old country red clay dirt road.
That's something else. That girl ought to, that girl.
Hide your daughters.
That girl ought to go to Planet Fitness because they would have threw him right out. It doesn't matter whether he's a UFC fighter or not. They'd have tossed him out and said, "Don't ever come back."
That's publicity you can't recover from.
It's ridiculous.
Well, he has a history of it. So I think in 2009 he had a domestic violence thing against him,
and that's coming out right after Bob Costas did a special on his show on HBO about domestic violence in sports, and If MMA is going to have to come around and get this monkey off their back, stuff like this cannot be tolerated, and it should be, and it is being addressed by the UFC, as well as Bellator needs to address it. World Series of Fighting needs to address it, and we address it. We don't tolerate this type of activity.
And that's why I asked. Last week we had Melissa Gazdick, who was successful in her fight against Charity Walker. I'd asked her. I said, just what's it like for you as a fighter in a more predominantly men's world, and she kind of. I think for the most part she said it was good, but there's always those guys that are just going to be.
There's always one funny one in the crowd.
Right.
You're always going to want to say something.
I don't think. But when it comes with him, he's having a history of it though. You figure the 2009 domestic violence thing, and then 2014 has something with his baby mama and his kids with her. I mean, it's an ongoing thing that they need to address. I think all they required him to do was donate some money to the local women's shelter or to charity. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, because I know that there's always that one person on comments who, if we don't acknowledge us, so he did delete it. He issued an apology. Supposedly, there's been an investigation. There's nothing's in jeopardy in the future. Right. So I'm saying that's that way. All the Anthony.
He's going through counseling.
All the Anthony. If you guys are having experiences with the internet, all the Anthony Johnson supporters will then rip at us saying that we're saying things one-sided, so I will acknowledge that.
It's one of those crazy things where think before you speak or think before you write. Because if he had sat back and thought about what he was going to write or reread it before he pushed send,
He should have reread it anyways because I actually paraphrased a few lines. I altered the.
You were kind.
I altered the grammar on some things to not make him sound.
It's been that long trip back from
not make him sound
SummerSlam
as stupid as he looked. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching us. Check out on the comment section below. Let us know, what do you think? Do you think Anthony Johnson? Do you think something needs to be done with him being a repeating problem with this kind of stuff, or is athletes and personal life?
It's all getting adjusted. Yeah, it's getting addressed.
Let us know in the comment section as we're right here on the half hour of Gladiators of the Cage.
And he is fighting September 5th at, what is it, UFC 191. It's a pay-per-view, Johnson versus Dobson.
Should he be fighting? Let us know.